Hello, I'm Gator McKlusky, and I've been asked by absolutely nobody to come here today to help shed some positive light on a divisive and perhaps misunderstood problem y'all have in here in your fine little neighborhood. Deflections, I think it's called.
That's not entirely accurate.
See, apparently there's a bunch of silly rules on the books here that most homeowners didn't even know about until they got a letter in the mail. My buddy once got a letter saying his mailbox was dirty. Poor fella had to go outside and clean the thing up with an old dish rag. See, they have this thing called a covenant. It's pretty much a bunch of words in a document that was written like 20 years ago. Now, basically, it's a legal contract of some sort. Folks here all agreed to this thing when they bought their houses and probably never dug really deep into all the specifics. It's no different than when you sign a credit card contract or get a loan for that new car. Who has the time to read all that, right? But see, over time, these covenant thingies need to be updated or amended. No different than our very own Constitution.
Well, that covers a lot of ground. Say, you cover a lot of ground yourself. You better beat it. I hear they're going to tear you down and put up an office building where you're standing.
Also, let's be honest. Some rules are just not worth enforcing. A buddy of mine is a cop. Does he always give speeding tickets? Should he pull somebody over for doing 37 and a 35? There's always a little wiggle room to ignore the rules in life that are just not worth enforcing.
I have unpaid parking tickets.
Also, 20 years is a long time. What made sense back then may seem a little insane to today's standards, and that's what brings me here today. For as long as folks have lived here, they have enjoyed the simple pleasures of celebrating a child's graduation by placing a small and always harmless sign or flag in front of their house. Perhaps you love the Green Bay Packers, and they make a historic playoff run, filling you with so much joy and excitement that you decide to display your team flag up for the duration of the series. Or maybe you have a pretty little garden flag with a sign that says, "Have a beautiful day." Now, according to Article 3, Section 9 of the Covenant, no signs of any kind can be displayed to public view.
Frankly, my dear, I don't give a damn.
It's certainly an imperfect document, but one that folks started reading now. So why is this a problem, all of you ask? Well, for this, I'll need to tell you the story of Ruth and Donnie. You see, Ruth here was a big fan of the San Francisco Penguins, her favorite Justice League superhero character. So much, in fact, that she placed a garden flag in front of her house as a tribute to her hero. Now, Donnie wasn't so much a fan of that team and player. In fact, he really didn't think it was something he wanted to see every day walking his dog. So Donnie thought about putting up his own flag of his hero, the great Tony the Tiger, from the cereal box. They're great! But see, before he did that, he remembered there might be something in that covenant that would prevent him from putting that awesome tiger in front of his house. So he reached out to the managers of the community and was told, that's just not going to be allowed.
So you're telling me there's a chance?
This, of course, opened up a huge debate. If Donnie can't hang his Tony the Tiger flag, shouldn't Ruth have to take down her San Francisco Penguin flag? This started all sorts of serious debates. Folks started pointing fingers. Arguments between neighbors elevated to historic levels. Women and children were running through the streets, screaming and howling at the moon. It was total chaos.
Nothing to see here.
So what was once a peaceful community now has a temperature elevated to historic levels, needing to bring the folks together for a reasonable solution.
That they may take our lives, but they'll never take our freedom!
You see, the one thing that everyone seems to agree on is this covenant was poorly written. Way too vague. The thing doesn't even mention flags. The management claims that signs and flags are technically the same, but these things usually come down to long, boring debates followed by lawsuits and folks spending way too much time and money over what? A couple of garden flags. So what's going on here?
Life moves pretty fast. You don't stop and look around once in a while, you could miss it.
Hopefully you get an amendment to this old covenant so everyone can go back to the way things were. It's not going to be easy to make Ruth and Donnie happy, though.
Our country is going through a very difficult time right now, and if you're not going to cooperate...
Let's say the new covenant allows for signs and flags within reason. Clearly, you can't have anything larger than a car or a bus hanging off your house. I wanted this Burt Reynolds statue in front of my house, and my wife told me it was a little too much.
What you just said is one of the most insanely idiotic things I have ever heard.
I knew a guy with a flag with a big hairy butt, you see, that just can't be allowed.
Yo! Hold up! Time out!
So where do you draw the line? Who decides what's too much? Could I put a flag of a butt with hair on it? Or does it need to at least have pants on? These are great questions.
Rub Vaseline all over your hiney and tell you that it's special and different from everyone else's.
The toughest thing will always be who makes the call. Who actually decides if my hairy butt flag is too much? I certainly wouldn't want to have to make that call.
At no point in your rambling, incoherent response were you even close to anything that could be considered a rational thought.
You all have some difficult choices to make, but at the end of the day, don't let a couple of garden flags or even my hairy butt flag ruin your love for your home and the wonderful folks you met since you lived here.
I love you.
I know.
Find it in your heart to know that this is just one of those unfortunate events that are never easily resolved.
It's not going to be pleasant.
There might be a sacrifice here and there. You need to get back to ignoring the fine print in these lazily written documents and just enjoying your surroundings.
Hallelujah!
That said, if you're still here with me, here's what I propose.
Yeah!
First, you gotta change the words in that covenant. Something a little more specific, yet way more flexible, allowing folks to hang and display non-offensive celebrations of things that make them happy.
Oh no, I'm getting happy feet! Whoa!
Maybe I can put my Burt Reynolds garden gnome out front, but the fully clothed one as opposed to the shirtless deliverance statue. That's fair.
Everyone in this room is now dumber for having listened to it.
Now, if your neighbor puts up something that really rubs you wrong, I'm talking like if I were to hang my collection of used bandages outside to show off my rare, spectacular celebrity blood-stained Band-Aids, and you take offense, you got to reach out to the managers and let them know. You have no choice. State your case. Tell them you can smell the Band-Aids from 4 houses down.
Time out! Y'all take a chill!
Now, the managers will look at each other and be like, oh, what do we do? Well, for one, I don't want some suit in an office downtown telling me I can't show off my collection of nosebleed cotton balls from the Rocky movie. I would accept, however, a majority vote from my neighbors. Let those folks tell me I've gone too far.
And I'll tell you another thing. Frankly, you're beginning to smell.
So perhaps the managers send out a letter to the folks on that specific street asking for their vote. But see, these voting methods, they're not the best. They need to change a couple of things to make it easier.
I voted. Yes.
First, you gotta have prepaid postage envelopes. I only buy stamps when it's Christmas time, and I'm not even doing that anymore.
Hello, moron.
Just check a box and dump that thing in your mailbox and be done with it. Also, maybe they put a secure weatherproof drop box over at the pool, drop your vote in there anytime, and then jump in the pool and celebrate your awesome community. Always with pants or clothes on. No skinny dipping.
I don't think that's funny at all. I'm sorry.
All right.
Now the suits then collect those puppies and break the news to Mr. Band-Aid guy that his crazy-ass flag needs to come down. If it were me, and I was told that the majority of my neighbors were not enjoying my Band-Aid flag, I could live with that. I mean, it's your loss. I'll just hang it back up over my bed.
Oh, that's not right.
At the end of the day, we all just need to bring the temperature down a bit. Wave, smile.
Hi.
Send pleasant, positive vibes to all the wonderful folks in the spectacular neighborhood.
I do wish we could chat longer, but I'm having an old friend for dinner.
Thanks for watching. I wish you all the very best for a quick and peaceful solution. For now, Gator out. Hold on!
Ladies and gentlemen.
Watch for new movie reviews and documentary series. Don't forget to subscribe and click on that bell so you know when new reviews arrive.